our children at a much younger rate. And right now we're looking at services for mental health to be cut significantly. When I was with Chassis, we sometimes had to wait for 9 months to a year to get a child in to have a psychological. That's unacceptable. And that's when we were still doing okay. So what's it going to be like when one of our children need help now? When next year at this time, there aren't any services to take that child to. When families have to drive hundreds of miles to even find someone who has the ability to assess their child and to address the needs so that that child has half a chance of growing up successfully. We can't afford to lose any more of our children to mental illness. We can't afford to lose any more of our children to the Department of Corrections. Unfortunately, what happens when funding is cut in school districts is that kids who are going to fail begin to fail at a much higher rate, and they begin to fail at a much younger age. I don't want to live in Illinois if half of our children don't make it through high school. I don't want to live in Illinois if half of our children go into the Department of Corrections or have regular contact with jail and police officers. And you're not going to want to live in Illinois either if that continues, because the crime rate's going to increase, and what once was safe streets are going to become unsafe streets, because people will get their needs met in whatever way that they have to. And if we don't have services in place to provide for a safety net underneath families who have gone along for a long period of time and have continued to keep their families okay, but now have the safety net cut out from underneath of them, I think that we're going to see things that we'll all regret. And social services at that point won't be able to build back up fast enough to change the horrendous things that I think are coming our way. You know, right now, if a child cries at night, we always hope that there's somebody there to answer that call. If a senior needs something, if they need a meal, if they need a ride to the doctor, we always hope that there's somebody there to do that. But we're looking at days ahead when that's not going to be true. And I think everybody in this room understands that. Unfortunately, the general population does not understand that. And they're not going to understand that until it's their mother or their father or their son or their sister who's facing the kinds of challenges that we see every day. It's hard to help people understand. Unfortunately, I think when the greater population of Illinois understands, it'll be too late. The train will be rolling too fast. We'll be moving too quickly. There won't be any breaks. People who had the expertise to stay and help families will have left the state looking for other jobs, and Illinois will go through a period of time like we haven't seen in a long time.